Hey, what's up guys? My name is Moda and welcome back to the Mining Stacker YouTube channel. Today's video going to be talking about everybody's favorite mining coin. I'm going to be talking about Helium HNT. So in case you've been living under a rock, we've been getting a ton of bad news and a lot of crappy price action, especially right now when everything else is pumping, right? So we're going to talk about what's going on, what's causing it, what people are looking at, and is it over? Is it time to get out? Are we going to zero? Not exactly. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about what's going on and what it means, right? And things we're looking at, all right? So if that sounds good, guys, stay tuned, all right? So let's get to it. So we're going to start with the current market. And this is what's kind of making it stand out more so than usual is because we are bullish as F, right? Bitcoin is over 27,000 right now. We've been in straight pump mode ever since the SIVB stuff got resolved. So pretty much since the beginning of this week, we've been up only. And it's pretty much been everything, right? We look at the 24-hour, all green, pretty much. Except for Helium, right? Helium, especially on the one-day chart, especially today, right? Big news happened today. We'll go over that here in a bit. But dropped from right under $2 down to $1. What did we hit? Under $1.51 was the low, right? Currently finally starting to go back up a bit, but it's a significant drop within the matter of minutes, right? If we look at the 7-day chart, same thing. Just looking back on the 14th a few days ago, we're at $2.50. Okay? Go to the 1 month. We were at 332, so we are currently half of that, right? In under a month. Okay, and the farther back we go, the worse it gets. So we're currently in the range of the January lows. So right around New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, we hit right under $1.50, so at about $1.49. So we're back in that range. And that is actually lower than even like during the FTX drop. Okay, even like the early November drop, we went down to 250. So this is significantly lower than even all of that FUD, right? This is crazy when you look at this 1 year chart. We're back in the 20s, right? Last March, we were 23, 25. It's crazy to think that we're $1.61 right now. Even crazier, you look at the all-time chart. Okay, the last time we were these lows, aside from in January, you got to go all the way back to 2021. Got to go back to January 2021 to see these kinds of prices. And it's just a crazy chart, right? So now let's take a look at what's been going on, right? Ultimately, this last thing was kind of the nail in the coffin, but I think it was because of the culmination of all the other things. And that was just kind of the last, the last little part that just slammed it all the way down, right? So in reality, the bad news started back towards the end of February, right? So this is an article from the Defiant.io, and this is just regarding that Solana outage, right? We finally had been getting good traction ever since all the FTX drama. Things had been looking good, and then we had this outage, right? So we had an 18-hour outage back on the 25th. So on February 25th, Solana stopped processing user transactions in an outage that lasted more than 18 hours. Engineers were unable to determine the cause of the problem and recommended downgrading Solana to its previous release. So essentially they had to downgrade it, they restarted it, and it came back up, right? But this was an 18-hour outage, okay? When we look at Solana's price chart, surprisingly, it actually didn't affect it that much, right? So you can see the dip there. So we were kind of already in a downtrend anyway. We're in the $23 range, dipped all the way down to right under $22, so about $21.78. We recovered fairly quickly from there, right? But ever since then, it's been pretty much in a downtrend, right? Ultimately, it's been going back up. The super big dip was because of all the drama going on this past weekend. But as we all know, a lot of that stuff got resolved, and ultimately we've been trending back up, right? So that was the first kind of thing that people had, because everybody's already been iffy about the Solana migration, right? So yeah, adding another outage, which is the primary reason so many people are against it, was kind of like, not a good start, right? So we recovered though, didn't affect it too much. Let's move on to the next bit. So this was just a couple of days ago. This was on March 15th. This was a biggie, right? So this is from CoinDesk. Helium's HNT crypto token slides to 2-month low after Binance.US delisting announcement. The token will be delisted from Binance's US exchange on March 21st. Okay, so this one specifically, again, it was 2 days ago, and it was only at the time for only Binance.us. So at the time, it's not Binance Global, but only Binance.us, which is way smaller than Binance as a whole. So this was not good. This did also cause the price to go down. People were like, what the heck? What's going on? Something happened. They kind of gave a vague statement, right? They gave that general statement that they give, that if market conditions change, etc., we'll read it here in a second, that they may delist. So let's read the portion of the article here. This is the response from the Helium Foundation. While the Helium Foundation is disappointed that Binance.us has decided to take this action in advance of the migration, we understand their position, the foundation said. Helium's migration to Solana is significant and a first for the industry, on par with Ethereum's transition from proof of work to proof of stake. So I don't think it's on that scale exactly, but it is a big thing. It is a big deal. Okay? So this was pretty significant and kind of unexpected. I think that's the main reason that had people worried, because we were kind of expecting for there to be pauses, for them to, stop, withdrawals or deposits during this time, because it is going to be volatile. There is going to be a lot of things going on. So that wouldn't be out of the norm, right? What is out of the norm is for them to fully delist them, okay? Especially without a specific reason, okay? They just gave that vague statement. So that was the first worry, right? Let's continue on, see what else happened. So this is a tweet from the Helium Foundation, and this was the day after. So an update on the Helium network migration to Solana. The Readiness Working Group has voted to shift the migration date to April 18th to provide more time for community readiness, necessary governance votes, more testing, and operational improvements. So the migration got delayed about a month. Okay, it was supposed to be March 27th. Now got delayed till April 18th, right? So kind of more crappy news, but not super unexpected, and it happens, right? This is a big deal. Again, this is a big transition, right? A lot of possible vulnerabilities, a lot of things can go wrong, okay? So although it sucks, especially since we had a hard date, it's not out of the norm, right? And it is not necessarily expected, but it kind of is, right? As bugs happen, as things happen, it's going to get delayed. At the end of the day, it's better for this to happen. That way they improve it, they fix what they got to fix, and we have more of a working product, right? Especially after the Solana outage, the last thing we need is for this migration to be a dud, because that could be a death blow, right? That would be significant, right? So although this sucks, to me, this is still not the end of the world, not the worst thing to happen, right? So let's continue on, because the news keeps going from there. So now this is from Binance.com. So this is from Binance Global. This is not just Binance.us, this is Binance Global, okay? So fellow Binanceans, at Binance, we periodically review each digital asset we list to ensure that it continues to meet the high level of standard we expect. When a coin or token no longer meets the standard or the industry changes, we conduct a more in-depth review and potentially delist it. We believe this best protects all our users. When we conduct these reviews, we consider a variety of factors. Here are some that drive whether we decide to delist a digital asset. So I give some examples. So commitment of team to project, right? To me, it's not an issue. Level and quality of development activity, not really there. Trading volume and liquidity, not really there, because the volume is about $26 million last I checked. network slash smart contract stability. Okay, that's a possible. Level of public communication, I don't think that's an issue there. Responsiveness to our periodic due diligence requests. Could be something there. Could be something in the background that we're not knowing about. Evidence of unethical slash fraudulent conduct or negligence. As far as we know, nothing there. Contribution to a healthy and sustainable crypto ecosystem. To me, that seems good. So to me, the most likely thing, network slash smart contract stability. Okay. Is that really it? Hard to really tell, right? Again, this is very vague. Doesn't give any specifics. It's just very odd, right? But could there be something going on in the background? Possibly. Could it be something really bad? Possibly. Right? Most likely, probably not though, because we would see a lot more delistings as well. Right? Time will tell on that front, right? So, but at the end of the day, they are delisting them as of March 24th. So we have decided to delist and cease trading on all trading pairs for the following tokens, which are HNT and Wabi, on March 24th, right? So this was the big blow. This was kind of like the nail in the coffin, the final nail in the coffin, and this is what caused this big guy to go down so much, right? So it went down to $1.51. Ultimately, it's going back up a bit, but it's still a significant drop. And again, the main reason is just the fact that we don't know, right? Does it have to do with the migration? Is it something else? My personal guess has to do with the migration, right? To me, most likely they're tired of dealing with it. They don't want to, they just would rather wait. It's easier for them to delist, especially because they were down to just one last trading pair, and then just wait on it, right? Because as we know, I'm going to give you guys a little reminder, there was a previous issue with Binance in the past, right? Let's refer back to this article. So this is from Cointelegraph back in October, okay? So this isn't the first delisting. So Binance also had a partial delisting back at this time. So the title of this article is No Basis for Binance's Partial Delisting of HNT, Helium COO. So multiple trading pairs of the Helium Foundation's token will soon be removed from Binance, with the exchange saying it delists assets it no longer meets its high standards. Okay? So again, the same kind of concept. So one thing that did happen prior to this, right, which could be the reason, was because of the incident they had with Helium's mobile token. Okay? So it does reference it in this article. So questions as to why Binance is partially delisting HNT have sent traders speculating, with some claiming it was in response to Binance's mix-up of Helium ecosystem tokens in September, when an accounting bug saw the exchange allegedly lose around $19 million worth of crypto. It's reported that Binance confused HNT with a much lower price token used by Helium to pay host of its 5G hotspot called Mobile. So again, it's that mobile token, and paid out around 4.8 million HNT, causing a massive sell-off of the token, temporarily dropping its price. Okay? So could this partially have to do with it, that they don't want to deal with this mess, that they want to see how it all changes? That'd be my guess, right? Because this just happened to happen just a few weeks prior to this happening, right? So is that it? Maybe. We don't know. Could there be something else? Could they be beefing in the background? That's also a maybe. So let's look at Helium's kind of response to this, right? So it's only Binance as of now. For us in the US, we still have crypto.com, right? And also factor in that when it migrates to Solana, you can expect to see HNT on the DEXs, on the decentralized exchanges. So expect to see it on things like Radium, for example, or whatever DEX they decide to use if they don't create their own marketplace, right? Where we'll be able to just swap on a decentralized exchange, right? And at that point, we could swap for, let's say, Solana or whatever, okay? So just keep in mind, you are going to have more options for that once we do go on to Solana. Okay. So kind of in response to this, so exciting news follows as Bybit official team announced support for the Helium network's migration to Solana. Partners like Bybit are a crucial part of the Helium ecosystem and provide support of the global Helium community. So Bybit has officially announced they are supporting it. They're not going to be dropping it. They're going to be there. Same with Gate.io. Although Gate.io is, we can't, for those of us in the US, can't use it, so it doesn't really benefit us. And it does say that there are going to be more partners or confirmed partners to come, right? So this is it so far for today, what they've announced. But again, for us in the US, we still have crypto.com as of now. And just remember that we are going to have those DEXs, okay? So expect to see that. So at the end of the day, are these things a reason to get out? Did anything fundamentally change on Helium? Did Helium fail? Did something happen? Did the blockchain fail? Did some big FUD happen? Not really. Okay, so what happened was we had a delay and we had a delisting of Binance.us and Binance Global. Okay, is that the biggest deal in the world? Is that a really justifiable cause for this price action? Not financial advice, but to me, no. Okay, again, the blockchain, the team, the developers, none of that has changed. Okay, it got pushed back a month. That's not the end of the world. Okay, to me, it's just very similar to all the FUD we had with Solana when it went down to like $9. Okay, again, not financial advice. That's just my opinion. That's just the way I see things. Is it confusing though? Yes. Am I curious to see as to the reason why? Yes. Will we ever find out as to why specifically? Probably not. Right? For whatever reason, they decided to do it. Again, if anything, it's kind of their loss. Because again, as we look at Helium, we look at their 24-hour volume and it's at $27 million. Okay, so it's not like it's a coin that's only getting under $1 million in volume every 24 hours. It's still moving, right? So very, very curious, though, as to what the reasonings are. Okay, but again, to me, I'm looking at the blockchain as a whole. I'm looking at the development. I'm looking at the team. Nothing has changed in that department. So for me, am I still bullish on it? Me personally, yes. Am I DCAing at this price? Yes. Financial advice? No. Am I recommending you to buy? No. You do your own thing. But again, fundamentally, for Helium, I see this as a buying opportunity, right? I'm not seeing any significant changes to the blockchain. Again, if they were to lose partnerships, something big happened, they lost half of their development team, Helium as a whole went down, the blockchain's been down for a week, then I would be worried, right? Or if this migration went horribly, then I'd be worried. Okay? Them getting delisted from Binance and getting delayed a month, I'm buying at this price, right? For me, that's nothing. Okay? It's possibly something, but overall, nothing. Again, I'm comparing it very similar to all the FUD with Solana. Okay? The sentiment was horrible. All this stuff was going on, but at the end of the day, the development was still there. The promises were still there. The blockchain was still there. Okay? Nothing fundamentally changed. And I see the same thing happening right now. Okay? Am I saying to go all in? No. Am I DCAing some? Yes. Okay? Just like I bought some back in last December, I'm buying another little bag right now. Okay? Can it go to zero? Yes. But is it part of my portfolio in a project that I'm following, in a project that I'm into? Yes. Okay? So that's the reason why. Okay? Again, everything is up to you. But I'm stacking my bag, especially this year. We do have a halving coming up. Keep that in mind also. This August will be yet another halving. Okay? So also factor that in. Something to think about. Again, you do you. Just giving you what's been going on. And to me, the news doesn't justify this price. So me, taking profits from other stuff and buying here, right? So overall, can it go to zero? Can this be the end of it? Possibly. In my opinion, though, no. Team is still there. Still going to do its thing. Hopefully Helium Mobile still happens sometime in May. We shall find out. And we'll see. Right? Alright guys, just wanted to give you that update. Kind of let you know what was going on and what was causing this price action. Right? So hopefully you got some value from the video, guys. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching, guys. And I am out.